Okay, let's see how we're looking. Well, how it's cooking. Okay, how is this looking? How about now? We're recording? Yeah, okay. Well, here we are. This is my last vlog that I'm making in France, and I'm telling you, it's a little bit of relief for me because this has been a project, but it's also sad because it's been fun to do this. It's been kind of a cool way to document my time here and kind of like have a little verbal journal of my life. So, oh gosh, feelings. Welcome to the last vlog, which is a Q&A. Hope you're hyped. I'm gonna read through the questions, answer them, throw in some side comments, so here we go. First of all, a couple people asked me to tell them more about the radio and what I exactly do there. After doing a few trainings and talking about my interests, I was put in a group with 6 other French students who also had interests in culture and music and film and all of that sort of thing. And then every single week we had a sort of discussion where we each presented something like about a film or a movie or a play we had seen or a book we had read, and then also tried to incorporate all of the mini presentations into like a greater theme. So for example, one week nature was our theme, and we all talked about an art piece that interacted with nature in some way. My group at the very beginning, after we were kind of creating the structure, for some reason, because I had done the radio before, they thought it would be a great idea that I would be the host, which in theory is awesome, but was very intimidating for me at first because I'm obviously not a native French speaker. And you know, some weeks it went better than others. I was not always smooth, and sometimes I was like, très bien, c'est intéressant, alors, qu'est-ce que tu vas présenter? And you know, I wouldn't be able to come up with an interesting question or a quality transition because I was just trying to get the words out. On the last week I read a poem that I wrote, which was a poem combining French and English words, and that week our theme was travel, and so we were each like presenting a different country. And so I talked about Oregon in the United States, and so that was a cool way to end my time at the radio. How do you learn things in class when you don't know the language it's being taught in as well? How do you learn in another language? Well, the first few weeks, your brain hurts all the time, or maybe even like the first month. Fortunately for me, literally almost all of the classes I was taking were for international students that are at my French level. They're speaking in French, yes, but I have a comprehension level in French, and when the professor's speaking slow and is explaining complicated vocabulary words, I was able to follow all of the classes quite well. The exception to that was my sociology economics course, or sociological economics course, which was definitely harder. I was in a big lecture hall with a professor and, you know, just taking down notes, but I was actually really lucky. The professor was very clear. He posted his slides online so I could go back if I missed things, and he was also super kind. I will wait and see what my score is. It could be like another month till I get that score because they don't have to have their grades in until like February or something, but I feel good about it. What is your current strategy for keeping up with your international friends? So I assume that means for keeping up with my friends that are still in America while I'm here. So I'd say how I keep up with my friends is social media. Shout out to social media. If I like have particular friends that I'm like close to, I might like stalk their Instagram. That's a pretty good way to kind of see what people have been up to. I think one thing that helps me stay in touch with people is rather than trying to like consistently message people like once a week or like every day, is just like if I see something that makes me think of someone, I text them. Like I might just like send my friend a song if it reminds me of them, or if I discover a cool new song, or if I like see a picture in a coffee shop that makes me think of someone, I'll send it to them. And I think when I come back to the US, I'll continue to do that with my friends here. Like if I hear a song, I'll send it to my friends, or You know, my friends that are like German, if I see something German, I'll send it to them. Or, for example, I have a couple of friends from the Netherlands, and as soon as I get back to Oregon, I'm gonna go to Dutch Bros, drink a Dutch Bros drink, despite the fact that they are disgustingly sugary, and send a picture to my Dutch friends, because hello, how fun is that? So I think it's, for me, staying in touch with people is about doing something small when you think of them. My last question is, what advice would you give to someone who is going to study abroad? I would say put yourself in uncomfortable situations. And I don't mean situations where you feel like unsafe, but I mean go up and talk to a native speaker even though you're going to make mistakes. My primary goal in coming here was to get better at French, and it became clear after a few weeks that I was still making a million mistakes, and I was going to keep making a million mistakes, and I continue to make mistakes to this very day, you know, at the very end of my stay here. And you just have to get over that, and you have to keep putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. You know, when I went to do the radio, I was all by myself, and I didn't know how it was going to work out, and I was having to listen so carefully all the time and having to ask questions if I didn't quite understand. And that's hard, and it definitely is exhausting to be in that kind of vulnerable position. I've talked about that before, but I'd say that is the most fulfilling too, when you do put yourself out there, and even though you do have to get corrected, or you know, you make a horrible mistake, having that real human interaction is so worth it. You know, now I'm going home in a few days. It's so weird to say that, and I'm going home knowing I have like a whole new network of friends here in France, and then also across Europe too. So it's so precious, those connections that I've made. After this, my vlog life is going to end, at least for now. It's going to be just a different transition in life. I'm going to be living in a house with some friends. I'm going to be working at the media network as a film producer. I'm going to be doing all sorts of different things. And so not going to be vlogging that the next stage of my life, but I will keep making videos. So, you know, keep checking on my YouTube channel. I actually produced 2 short films while I was here, so stay tuned for those. Those will be being released probably over winter break or in January. I'm so thankful for all the time I've had here, and yeah, I'm excited to go back, and I'm just excited to, you know, keep living my life, you know, with you know, these new connections. This is like a new part of me now. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much. Mwah. Au revoir. But I am feeling amazing. I'm in my lovely room, and I think this is gonna be a good semester. I have a good feeling about this for sure.